So David Njoku, Browns picked up his fifth-year option from his rookie contract earlier this year. He changed agents away from Drew Rosenhaus back to his original agent. And Njoku was asked, remember, before last year had said he wanted to be traded, didn't think this was the place for him. He was asked about, does he want to be here long term, and what does he think about being a Brown? Here is David Njoku's answer today.
We're going to leave last year, in the past, but what I can say is I'm in a way positive mindset, a lot more positive this year. Just playing for myself, playing for my teammates, playing for the team. It's a lot easier to work hard that way. So.
Do you feel like this is a place you want to be for a long time now?
Of course. I've been here for 4 years, knocking on 5. I don't really know anything different, so I'd like to stay here.
So we know this is a business, and we know contract is up this year, and you just said you want to be here. So will you instruct your agent to try to drum up a new contract?
Yes.
At this point?
Yes, I will.
Has that happened yet?
Nothing yet. We're just, playing it day by day.
And again, Mac, keep in mind this was a guy that was really young when the Browns drafted him. Still ascending. He's an intriguing player as when you talk about what his ceiling might be.
Yeah, and especially you're talking about tight end. It's a position that, it takes a while to kind of get used to because of the many different facets that you have to get used to. Coming into the NFL, like you mentioned, he was very athletic, but, again, he didn't really have the blocking down. He didn't really have, the great hands. He had good hands. He could make an athletic catch, but at the same time, he dealt with a lot of drops. And, again, last year was one of the better blockers on the team. Especially with the way that, he improved and attacked that part of his game. I especially look at the way that he's played and the way that he's improved. Overall, I think that he deserves a hell of a lot of credit for what he's been able to do at this point. But, again, I think that especially you look at NFL tight ends, a lot of times you'll see, occasionally you have the George Kittle who will come in and, year 2, maybe year 3, all of a sudden have the massive breakout. But that rarely does happen. You have that in a few cases. But a lot of times these tight ends, and especially for somebody like Njoku, like you mentioned, he was the youngest player in his draft class in 2017 and turned 21 in the middle of training camp. So, for him, he's a younger player. And on top of that, again, he's athletic already, and he's grown into the position. I think that he's going to have a breakout year this year. And, especially for him, I think that this is a massive step for him. And also one key note is the fact that when the Browns brought in Austin Hooper to his massive deal, record-breaking at the time, but, when they brought him in, he was going into his age 26 year, his age 26 season. For David Njoku, he just turned 25. Next year will be going into his age 26 season. So the timelines really match up to give Njoku that extension and give him that payday if he does end up breaking out this year like I expect.